Responses? The member for Scarborough-Guildwood.
Thank you, Speaker. I am delighted to speak on behalf of the Nursing Week, the International Nursing Day, and also Nursing Month. Speaker, nurses are the first people that we see at birth. And usually throughout our lives, when we have a medical care issue, we are with a nurse. Their actions offering caring to each and every one of us touches our lives, and they do so with compassion and care. In the current pandemic, we can testify to the sacrifices of nurses, sadly, some even with their own lives. Nurses are at the forefront and have bravely put their lives at risk during the pandemic with long hours and unselfish work. They risk their lives on the front line alongside other frontline workers each and every day. They are often the only ones present as a loved one passes away due to COVID-19. We must recognize this great sacrifice and the contributions of nurses to our society, and also acknowledge their families, who too are making sacrifices to support them. I want to thank all nurses, as well as their representatives like ONA, for the contributions that they have made, especially during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. The nursing profession is diverse, including Indigenous, Black, Asian, and other people of diverse backgrounds. They make this profession lively. They make huge contributions to our society here in Ontario. Many of them reside in my riding in Scarborough. Nurses need to be appreciated not only in words, but also in substantive actions to address the concerns that they've put forward to this government. Specifically, the hours of care, the ability to bargain freely, as well as wages and benefits. I call on this government to establish an all-party select committee to review the conditions of nursing across all healthcare systems in Ontario. Platitudes alone are not enough. Nurses are deserving of more pay and better benefits. In my own family, I've witnessed the many sacrifices that nurses make each and every day. I visited many of Scarborough's healthcare settings, long-term care, hospitals, community health centres, and just yesterday, a vaccination pop-up clinic at the East Scarborough Boys and Girls Club, where I met many nurses. I want to thank all of our nurses for the work that you do each and every day on behalf of the care you provide to all of us. Speaker, anti-Asian racism is an issue on the rise in Ontario. In Scarborough, we have a vibrant and strong Asian population. It is a diverse and essential part of our community. The Momiji Centre is in my riding. It is a wonderful place. There's no more peaceful place than the Japanese Garden at Momiji Healthcare Society. However, it is a reminder of Canada's apology to the Japanese people following the internment in World War II. So, Speaker, racism of any kind must not be tolerated in this province, in this country, and the rise of anti-Asian racism, particularly during the pandemic, is disgusting. As legislators, we must do more. The TDSB, their annual report from the board's Human Rights Office, shows that incidents of racism against Black and Asians is on the rise. Race-related complaints make up 69% of all reported hate incidences in 2019-2020. The data in the report outlines significant growth in anti-Asian sentiment. This week, my colleagues MPP Coteau and Collard tabled a bill that will amend the Anti-Racism Act in 2017 to expressly address anti-Asian racism. The Chinese-Canadian National Council in Toronto recently released a report that found 1,150 cases of racist attacks reported in Canada during the pandemic. 40% of the reported cases are in Ontario. The government needs to act on this growing problem before greater levels of severity of this unacceptable action is reached. I also call on the government to mandate the collection of incidents of racism across all school boards. Speaker, our young people need to grow up in an inclusive and welcoming and diverse Ontario society where all are treated with respect, fairness, and justice.